Hey guys, this is Jeff and Alexis from Sorta Healthy, and today we'll be reviewing 4 different education opportunities for personal trainers. We got some heavy hitters today. The first thing we'll be reviewing is the Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification. The second thing we'll be reviewing is the entire Idea World conference experience. The third piece of training education, well, that one's a mystery. And last but certainly not least, we'll be reviewing the Nasm personal training certification. So we want these reviews to be short and sweet, and we want this series going forward to be a guide for all personal trainers so that they don't waste their money on stupid continuing education. Because honestly, there's just way too much of that in our personal training world. So yeah, we're not going to get into like every single little detail for each program, but in watching our reviews of these educational courses, we hope that you gain enough knowledge and information to go on to decide whether or not you want to do any of these courses for yourself. We recently reviewed a degree in exercise science for personal trainers. Actually, to be honest, we just kind of reviewed the degree in general. We came to the conclusion that a degree in exercise science can be useful for some people, but if all that you want to do is personal training, there are probably better ways to spend your time and money. Therefore, we put the degree in exercise science in C tier. Where are all these other certifications going to fall on our tier list? I don't know. Let's jump right in.
We're going to start off today by reviewing the Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification. We both completed our PN Level 1 back in 2018, and for the most part, we both had really positive experiences. I know that if I hire someone with this certification, they must know the essentials of nutrition. Of course, this includes things like macronutrients, proteins, carbs, and fat, and the effects that they have on the body. More advanced topics such as hormones and what role they play in your metabolism are also explored too. They deliver the information so that it's very easy to apply right away as a trainer. We especially found the videos to be very helpful. We feel that this course better provides you with the tools to become a nutrition coach more so than a college course in nutrition would.
The biggest pro for the Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification is that it 100% increases your odds of getting a personal training job.
Last pro, they sent us free shaker bottles, and that's a win in my book.
One of the few things we don't like about Precision Nutrition are some of the salesy tactics that they use. The whole pre-sale list thing and how it's cheaper some of the time leading up to when a course is about to start. I mean, honestly, it's a load of BS. They could literally keep it the same price year-round and have it open year-round, and it wouldn't matter whatsoever. It's a self-study course and it's all online, so like, why is there a cap? Why can only a certain number of people do it at once? I don't understand. Except I actually do understand because they're trying to put you in that sense of urgency so you buy their product. And it's a fairly effective salesy tactic, but that's exactly what it is. It comes off as kind of salesy, right? Mm-hmm. Also, this isn't necessarily a con, but to use something like their portion guide, which is actually really useful, you don't need their certification. You can literally access that just on their website. So you can make the argument, what's the point of getting their certification? I can just use all of their good resources anyways, or at least some of their good resources anyways. And I don't know really, to be honest with you. I don't have a good explanation for that. I certainly don't hold that against them though. That's awesome that they're sharing it with everybody, even people that don't have their certification. So yeah, I guess maybe it's a con, but it's not really too big of a con. Due to all of this, we are going to give the Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification an A+. It does give you a really good foundation in nutrition as a personal trainer. It's not 100% essential for trainers, but it's pretty damn close.
Next up is Idea World, and we're not talking about the virtual conference that they had this year. We're talking about the big in-person conference that they've had every year except 2020.
I hate 2020.
If there is a single event that any trainer should experience, it is Idea World. Do you want access to the best professionals in the field? They're there. Honestly, we could go on, but really, take our word for it, Idea World is awesome. When we went back in 2018, we had just started renting out a bigger studio space. Our training studio was doing well, but we wanted to take it to the next level. We spent 3 days mingling with like-minded trainers, top experts in the field, and by the time we got back, we were fired up and ready to go. We were able to start implementing what we learned right away. Not interested in learning about business, but more interested in other aspects of training, they've got you covered too. The cost varies year to year, but it's always seemed pretty fair to us. I have to believe that after 2020 and once things get a little bit back to normal, that these guys will be up and running again And I really sure hope so. So for the Idea World Pros, it is the biggest and best trainer conference that there is. There is something for every single trainer, and it's definitely the best networking event for trainers. Possibly the distance could be a con. Generally, you have to travel. The second con is that the conference might change post 2020. Idea World gets an S tier from us. In our opinion, it's something that every trainer should experience.
All right, so there it is, our first S tier. And again, a piece of S tier education is something that we think literally every personal trainer should experience. And my next trainer education course is going to surprise a lot of people. And I suppose that would be because it's not actually continuing education for personal trainers. But I don't really care about that. I care about the best education for personal trainers for the least amount of cash. Before we get to that next one, the only thing that we request is a like on the video and subscribing to the channel, because both of those things help the channel to grow and allow us to keep making videos like this one. Thank you so much, everybody. Even though this one isn't cheap, it's very possible that this one could double your income. It also probably gives you a better foundation in anatomy and physiology than just about anything else. So what is it? It is a license in massage therapy. Hold on, guys, don't click off the video just yet. Let me explain. A license in massage therapy grants you an entirely new income stream that really complements personal training. Also, many training clients will become massage clients, and many massage clients will become training clients. These two things play off of each other so well that if you can do both even reasonably well, you're going to book up very fast. And like we've already hinted at, massage school does a great job of teaching you anatomy and physiology. It's also going to teach you some really useful business practices that of course are super useful in personal training as well. It's also not that expensive relative to what you get. It's definitely more money than a personal training certification, but to be honest with you, I can't think of any other personal training certification that could literally double your income. The biggest downside is probably time. It does take a full year, give or take, to complete. There is also a somewhat intense gender bias in the field. Women have it easier than men 100%. As a guy, go the sports massage route. It works alongside your personal training stuff anyways. As a girl, you can do whatever you want. You will book up fast if you're decent, and if you're good, you can make a killing. So because of all the previously mentioned reasons, we're going to put a license in massage therapy into B tier. It's a lot of work to get it done, but the payoff can be huge as well. Last but certainly not least, we have NASM, the National Academy of Sports Medicine. And their training certification is the most popular personal training certification right now. If you have your NASM certified personal trainer certification, I assume that you have a solid foundation in exercise form, corrective exercise, nutrition, and a whole bunch of other things too. And let's be honest, having your certification through NASM right now, it definitely increases your chances of getting a personal training job. And at the end of the day, that is really what matters. Obviously, it doesn't give you hands-on experience, and that is probably the most important aspect of the job, but the only thing that can give you hands-on experience is hands-on experience. NASM gets your foot in the door and allows you to get that experience. What don't we like about the certification? Well, to be honest with you, we only have minor gripes, one of which is how much value they place on foam rolling or just self-myofascial release. Now, don't get me wrong, I really like self-myofascial release. You do too. We think it can be very beneficial. However, it seems like NASM thinks it's the holy grail and it's the answer to a whole bunch of problems. They also make it seem like it's the perfect warm-up for everybody. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but what I'm saying, definitely NASM will kind of make you think that way. In the real world, there are lots of clients who hate foam rolling and want nothing to do with it, and that's fine. It is beneficial, yes, but it's not so beneficial that you definitely have to do it. The warm-ups and cool-downs that NASM recommends are also exceedingly long. Again, this doesn't necessarily have to be entirely a bad thing. I've seen a few different recommendations from NASM for warm-ups and cooldowns, and they seem pretty long in general. I've seen them recommend 8-minute warm-ups. There was even one article they posted where they recommended a 20-minute warm-up if that were necessary, and I'm sure that was a special case, but I guess my point here is that warm-ups that are that long or anywhere near that long are incredibly impractical in an actual personal training session. And I guess that's my main gripe with certain things about the NASM personal training certification. A lot of the information they give you, it's just not practical to use within an actual personal training session. But in their defense, I don't know that there's any perfect way to do that. A lot of those things are things that you just need to learn on the job. So those are our main gripes with NASM. We have a few other really minor ones too, like the fact that they have a very weird obsession with stability balls, and they seem to think that a lot of these stability ball exercises are the best ways to improve stability. And I'm not saying whether I agree or disagree with that. I think a stability ball is a very useful tool. I probably wouldn't use it quite as much as they recommend, and I would probably rely on other exercises. Last minor gripe, they're pretty big on core work before the compound lifts. It's kind of weird, to be honest. I mean, I'm cool with like a one core exercise, but it's not really practical again. I can see how maybe it's good in theory, but truth be told, you really do want to knock out those complicated compound movements first. Don't fatigue your client with a bunch of stupid core exercises and then go make them do barbell squats. You're gonna have a bad time. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do all of the time, but in many cases that would not be very smart. Overall, this is still one of our favorite personal training certifications, and don't be fooled by any of our minor gripes. This certification will help you land a job in the personal training field, and it will give you a solid foundation in all the things that matter in this field as well. Because of that, we're going to place the Nasm Personal Trainer certification in A tier. It's going to be just ahead of the Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification, so technically this one also gets an A+. We like probably 98 to 99% of what they do, and it will get you a job in the field.
We'll be making more videos like this in the future, reviewing all kinds of education for personal trainers.
So if that's something you might be interested in, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe, because both of those two things do very much help the channel to grow, and it does allow both of us to keep making videos like this one to keep helping you guys out. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next one.